Love in Paris. Luca was a young artist living in a small town in Italy. His father was a carpenter, and his mother was a seamstress. Luca's passion for art began when he was a child playing in his father's workshop. His father taught him how to carve small wooden sculptures, and Luca discovered the world through each sculpture. As the years went by, Luca's skills developed, and he began painting. However, in his small town, he couldn't find a place to grow as an artist. He decided to move to Paris to follow his dreams. Paris was the city of art and love, and Luca wanted to develop his art and start a new life there. When he arrived in Paris, he settled into a small studio apartment in Montmartre. Every day, he walked along the Seine River, watched street artists, and soaked in the unique atmosphere of Paris. One day, he decided to visit the Louvre Museum. While wandering through the grand halls of the museum, a young woman standing in front of the Mona Lisa caught his eye. Her name was Claire, and she was as passionate about art as he was. Claire had come to Paris from England to study art. When Luca approached and started talking to her, they immediately felt a connection. Both were captivated by the magic of art and lost in the romantic air of Paris. From that day on, they started meeting frequently. They explored the streets of Paris together, walked along the Seine River, and spent hours chatting in small cafes. One evening, under the lights of the Eiffel Tower, Claire confessed her feelings to Luca. Luca felt the same way and realized they were in love with each other. From that moment on, every corner of Paris became even more special for them. They visited art galleries and drew inspiration, listened to street musicians, and danced, and dreamed of the future together. Luca decided to paint Claire's portrait. This would be his most important work in Paris. He worked for days, capturing Claire's beauty and spirit on the canvas. When he finally finished the painting, Claire saw it and couldn't hold back her tears. It was a testament to Luca's love for her, and for Claire, it was the most precious gift in the world. As time passed, Luca and Claire's love grew stronger. Every moment they spent together in Paris became the most beautiful memories of their lives. Luca knew that meeting Claire was the turning point of his life, and that thanks to her, he had reached the pinnacle of both his art and his love. Every day they spent together was a new adventure in Paris. One day, they decided to visit the Palace of Versailles. As they wandered through the palace gardens, they were enchanted by the history and grandeur. In the Hall of Mirrors, Claire stood and looked at Luca, saying, "These mirrors reflect the infinity of our love." Luca hugged Claire and whispered, "Forever." Another day, they took a short trip to Normandy. In a small seaside village, they attended a local art festival. Luca met local artists there and drew inspiration from their works. While walking along the seaside, Claire held Luca's hand and said, "Everything is more beautiful here with you." Luca looked at Claire and replied, "Every place is heaven with you." When they returned to Paris, Luca and Claire continued their lives with renewed energy. Luca opened new exhibitions, and his works received great attention. Claire deepened her studies in art history and became a professor at one of Paris's most prestigious universities. Both achieved great success in their careers, while their love grew stronger every day. One day, Luca decided to surprise Claire. He took her on a boat tour on the Seine River. In the dark of night, under the lights of the Eiffel Tower, Luca proposed to Claire. With tears in her eyes, Claire said, "Yes," and that moment was etched in their memories as the happiest moment of their lives. They got married in a small, romantic church in the heart of Paris. They spent an unforgettable day with their families and closest friends. After the wedding, they went to Tuscany, Italy, for their honeymoon. Luca showed Claire the places of his childhood and introduced her to his family. Their love deepened amidst the magnificent landscapes of Tuscany. When they returned to Paris, Luca and Claire decided to open an art gallery together. This gallery would showcase not only Luca's works, but also those of young and talented artists. The gallery quickly became a significant spot in the Parisian art world and a favorite place for many art lovers. As the years passed, Luca and Claire's love grew with every moment they lived. Paris remained the city of their love and art. Luca reflected Claire's spirit and beauty in every new painting.